Ever since the emergence of LIV Golf, the golf world has been engulfed in an unending feud, especially between players on either side, and most times it could get a bit personal. But what we haven't seen is a golfer's spouse stepping in to throw shade at the rival. Well, there's always a first time for everything, and Ashley Perez just made an exception. You see, Pat Perez's wife Ashley, who's known to be quite an outspoken figure, had some savage ideas when she learned that Woods had been in a potentially fatal accident. What did she say, and what could be her motive? Stick around to find out all the details. Tiger Woods has been through a lot over the last couple of years, from a messy infidelity scandal leading to a divorce to a terrible car crash and a lot of injuries, and other controversies in between. In February 2021, Tiger was rushed to the hospital after a high-speed vehicle accident that left him with injuries to both legs. Woods was driving down a surprising slope on a road where police said accidents are common. The vehicle skidded several hundred feet, showing the vehicle was traveling quicker than expected. It then hit the median and a tree before flipping over numerous times and coming to rest in a bush. The auto crash nearly destroyed his career and has been the subject of much criticism ever since. Ashley Perez makes an ugly jibe at Tiger Woods' horrific car crash. So you might wonder what the golf billionaire could have done to warn Ashley to pounce on him. Of course, he's human, and everyone doesn't necessarily have to like him. He's pretty good at what he does, which has earned him a form of cult followership. Apparently, all Woods did was talk about his recent struggles with the car crash and the leg injury. Sounds funny, huh? Well, that's all he did. In a previous interview posted by an Instagram account at Golf Balling, Tiger talked about his imminent retirement and how he's having difficulties with walking. And while most of the commenters showed empathy by offering him support, Ashley dropped a bombshell. This is exactly why it's illegal to get behind the wheel under the influence. Even though investigations proved that the 47-year-old wasn't found to be under the influence of alcohol, she added, "I don't feel bad for him. Thank goodness he didn't kill anyone. See ya," signing off with a wave emoji. Her post, which appears to be a continuation of Pat's verbal altercation with Tiger, has since been deleted. Doesn't look like fun. Ashley shades Scheffler and Cantley's wine trip. It's a bit of a weird comment from Ashley, as she just started a feud for no reason because Woods isn't the type to have a go with other people, including his colleagues. And the fact that she commented without being prompted is pretty funny. However, this isn't the first time she's done something like this on social media. Now, rather than finding the reason as to why Ashley fired shots at Woods, maybe it's better we come to terms with the fact that she's just got a knack for taking shots at people. Earlier this year, Patrick Cantley's fiancée, Nikki Guidish, shared some photos of their holiday on Instagram with Xander Schauffele and his wife, Maya, from a jaunt to wine country in Napa. Nikki captioned the photo, "Good wine, better company." And guess what? Ashley decided to roast them as well. In a later deleted comment, probably after Pat's PR team asked her to do so, Ashley Perez interjected that it looked like a snooze fest. She wrote, "I'm sorry, that doesn't look like fun at all," adding a triple Z's emoji to hammer her point home. Again, just straight up unwarranted stuff. And anyone who remotely annoys her is sure to get a piece of her mind. With that said, make sure to subscribe and hit the notify bell for more exciting LIV Golf news. What could possibly be your motive? Tiger's opposition to LIV Golf? Ashley is always standing side by side supporting her husband in whatever he does, which makes us believe that Tiger's opposing stance on the rebels who jumped ship could have been the motive behind her recent vituperation. You see, back when Perez decided to ditch the PGA Tour, many people criticized him for being a sellout. But she was the one person who never left his side. The controversy even denigrated when she blocked over 300 people under her Instagram rant video, saying she wouldn't tolerate anything against her husband. It's no news that the 47-year-old World Golf Hall of Famer has been a vocal opponent of the Rebel Tour and has discussed the danger of switching allegiances to LIV Golf. Woods declined the megabucks of the Saudi-backed series, turning down a $700 to $800 million contract as he challenged the motives behind golfers switching from the traditional circuit. The 15-time major champion said that he didn't get why players would turn their backs on what got them into the game in the first place. He remarked how sad it'd be to see some of them never get a chance to play in the majors. Woods also said that the golfers who have quit their tour do so for financial reasons. But what these people are doing for guaranteed money, what then is the incentive to practice? Tiger said. What exactly is the incentive to go out there and earn it in the dirt? I mean, you're just getting paid a lot of cash up front playing a couple of events, and playing 54 holes. However, Woods' logic didn't go down well with Perez, and he didn't mince words during his appearance on Claude Harmon III, Son of a Butch podcast. "That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life," Perez responded. "That's one of the stupidest things he's ever said, in my opinion." The incentive provided by the payout structure, wherein the last place receives $120,000 and the first place receives $4 million, is undeniable. You just cannot win $4 million on the PGA Tour. Since they now have access to these benefits, maybe next year might be better, but last time I checked, he'd recently graduated from college, signed a $40 million deal, and was on his way to a game flying on the Nike private jet. This was something he felt he had to do, and he came up with a pretty good excuse. He could have shut it down right then because he had the chance. So if Perez is drawing the battle line with Woods, you don't expect his wife not to get cranky. Was Woods really at fault for his accident? To start with, it was an accident, which means it wasn't even intended. Although the details about his accident have been a bit vague, the concept that he was actually drunk driving and is to be blamed for it is a little unfair. Now, here's why. After the incident, Tiger was never accused of drunk driving or substance abuse. As a matter of fact, he was super disoriented after the incident and refused to cooperate with the authorities, which explains his behavior after it. You might choose to call it drugs or alcohol, but it's common. This is a man who just stepped out of a career and life-threatening accident. Cut him some slack. And the good part is, this was a single-car accident, meaning there were no other vehicles or persons involved. So even though there was a possibility of the pro golfer hurting someone else, the only person he ended up hurting was himself. Speaking of hurting himself, his injuries were so fatal that it's actually a miracle he's alive, walking on his feet and playing his favorite sport. Sam Woods even confirmed it in 2021, as she inducted her dad into the World Golf Hall of Fame, when she recalled how worried the entire family was that Tiger might never walk again. But fortunately, he was present for his induction, standing on his feet, a confirmation that he was a born fighter. "Because you're a fighter, you defy the odds every time," Sam said. Woods underwent a long surgery on his lower right leg and lower leg in the wake of being brought to the medical clinic, as per the assertion. The clinic's main clinical official, Dr. Anish Mahajan, said he endured huge muscular wounds. Woods experienced comminuted open cracks influencing both the upper and lower parts of the tibia and fibula bones in the leg, which was fixed with a pole embedded into the tibia, Dr. Mahajan said in the press. Screws and pins were embedded to balance out Woods' foot and lower leg. Furthermore, injury to the muscle and delicate tissue required a careful placement of the muscles covering because of tension. Comminuted fractures occur in various sports rather than those that break into only two pieces. While undergoing recovery after the surgery, the 47-year-old expressed gratitude to his fans and staff of the hospital for their support. "We really appreciate everyone for the overwhelming support and messages during this trying time. I also want to appreciate the wonderful doctors and hospital staff at UCLA Medical Center, the fire department, and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Your assistance and support have been outstanding," Woods concluded. Well, the point is, Tiger's constant criticism of LIV Golf and anyone who opts to take a bite out of its chunk of cake seems to have struck a nerve with both Pat and Ashley Perez. And perhaps that's the reason she decided to throw a jab at him. After all, this golf war is getting personal these days, so it shouldn't surprise anybody. Now, it's over to you. What do you make of Ashley Perez's statement? Did she take things too personally, or was she just telling the truth? For more intriguing golf content, click this video showing on your screen right now.